Hey guys, it's Ollie and Alex here with another real life IRL video. You, I don't know. And to be fair, I don't know words. Can't think of what to say.
Today we're doing a Premier League prediction, so we're going to go through what we think will be the Premier League table by the end of the year.
Transfer deadline day. We're recording at the moment in the background just over there. Seeing what teams are signing, what players, where players are going, and it's all very, very exciting stuff with 5 hours to go and 54 minutes and like 6 seconds. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Me and Alex have both done our predictions, so Alex has got his own prediction what the Premier League table will look like. I've got my own predictions what the Premier League table is going to look like. And at the end we're going to discuss who we think is going to be like top assist, top scorer and golden glove and stuff like that. And who's going to get the most red cards, which is the most important stuff.
So, I think we both agreed on 20th.
Yeah, both on 20th. I think it has to be Sheffield United.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they are the team that looks least likely stay up, simply because they haven't brought the right calibre of players in.
Yeah.
They brought some good players in, don't get me wrong, but the players that have only sort of played in the Championship and that sort of level, none of them have great experience of playing in the Premier League, which I think is going to be the downfall this season.
They've spent 42 million, which is quite a lot.
That is a lot.
This is a lot more than Norwich,
Yeah.
who have spent less than 4 million.
Mm-hmm.
But, like you said, they're good players in the Championship, but they're not really Premier League proven.
Yeah.
Sheffield United, I think they had the best defence last year in the Championship, but that was against Championship players.
Yeah, I think against
So,
Man City, they're going to be lucky if they don't concede more than 5. Which, moving on, nice segue into your number 19.
Yeah, I've got Norwich. I think if they signed players, I definitely think they could have stayed up because they've got a really good manager, they've got a good setup, they've kept Max Aarons, which would be really important.
Yeah.
But I don't think they've signed enough players. Like they've spent less than 4 million, which is like ridiculous, even for the Championship. Like obviously,
especially for a team who won the league
exactly.
as well.
Like last year they did well because they didn't spend loads of money,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think it's going to really work in the Premier League. They've got a really good manager, they play really good football, which is why I think they'll finish above Sheffield United. I just don't think that their attack, like Pukki was really good in the Championship, but
Ollie be able to perform in the
yeah, because with Pukki a lot of his goals are sort of simple tap-ins and nice finishes inside the box, but in the Premier League, will he be able to get that?
Yeah, it's number 19, sorry, it's Brighton. Simply because I think very similar to Sheffield United, I don't think they've signed the right calibre of player for them to be able to stay up. I don't see Brighton staying up this season. They could be might not finish in 19, might be 18, but I still think they're going to get relegated. But for my number 18 it is Norwich City. I think they're going to get relegated as well. I just don't, similar to what Alex said, I just don't think they're going to be able to be strong enough to keep themselves out of the relegation, so for most of the season. And like the beginning of the season might start off really well, like hover around like 12th, maybe 4th, around that area, middle of the table, but I think as the season goes on and more games are played, it's going to wear down the players, the physicality of it's going to wear them down, and I think they're just going to overall get relegated.
For my final relegation spot, I think Burnley, to be honest. Burnley made 2 signings, and that's Jay Rodriguez from West Brom, who was good in the Championship, but he's getting on a bit. I don't think he's going to be that effective. And then Bailey Peacock Farrell, who's not even going to start. So I don't think they're going to survive, but I think it's going to be very close between Bournemouth, Burnley and Brighton.
I think Burnley, I've got them as 17, Burnley. But the only reason I think they're going to stay up is I think their defence is, Sean Dyche is really good at organisation. He's really good at setting up a defence that can just, against the top teams especially, like every now and again they can see like the odd 5 goals. But most of the time their defence is very solid and they keep out goals. And I think last season they were one of the best defences in the league, even though they did finish low down. They're still one of the best defences in the league. And I think that defence is what's going to keep them up.
Okay, so we're just going to speed up now and just go from 17th to 10th without saying too much. I think 17th, I think will be Brighton. I think they will just stay up. I think Morpay, although he's just been in the Championship, I think he will score some good goals and get a few.
Yeah.
They've also improved their defence slightly, which was an issue last season. So I think they'll just survive. Then above them I've got Bournemouth. They've made some okay signings. They conceded a lot of goals. They conceded 70 goals last year.
Worst defence in the league.
Yeah,
one of the worst,
definitely. Yeah, they definitely conceded 70, but they have slightly improved their defence. So I think they'll do all right. They've got a good manager and a good team. So I think they'll be solid. Yeah. So next in 15th I've got Watford. They've only spent 7 million. Obviously last year I think they finished 11th. I don't think they're gonna do as well. I don't think they'll get relegated, but I think they are gonna fall down a few places into 15th. Above them I've got Southampton, who've had a decent window. They've got Che Adams, who was very good in the Premier League, and I think he will be good
Is he
in
the one who
in
played
the
for
Championship.
Birmingham,
yeah, because he's very physical, and I think he'll do quite well in that team in the Premier League.
Yeah, 100%.
But of course there is that question: will he do well?
Yeah.
Then I've got Crystal Palace. I think they've had a very, very quiet window, and to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they finish lower.
Especially if they sell Zaha.
Yeah, if they sell Zaha.
Well, who's just recently handed in a transfer request.
Yeah.
That's it.
But as we're doing this, with about 5 hours left of the window, he's still there.
I reckon he'll go to Everton.
Yeah.
If he goes, then it'll heavily impact.
Definitely.
Crystal Palace.
If he goes, I think they'll definitely be lower.
Yeah, because I don't think, apart from Zaha, Crystal Palace don't have that kind of play that create chances and score goals as Zaha can. So.
Next, I've got Newcastle. They've spent quite a bit of money.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a slight improvement.
Like,
yeah,
I don't understand why, but like you get rid of a top class manager and give Steve Bruce loads of money.
Yeah.
When he could have just kept Rafa Benitez.
Yeah.
Support him.
I think that could, if they are going to finish lower, Newcastle, I think it's probably going to be because of the manager. They have Rafa Benitez, who was a really top manager.
Yeah.
I know they've got Steve Bruce, who was doing okay in the Championship. I don't think.
But Steve Bruce.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, who knows.
Exactly.
And then above them, I've got Aston Villa, who have spent 130 million. They spent more than 130 million. They've got one of the richest owners in England, which is insane. And I think they're going to be the next Wolves. I think next year they'll kick on, get into the top half. But this year, I think I don't think they'll be able to compete above sort of like Wolves level. I don't think I don't think their team that they had in the Championship is anywhere near as good as Wolves' team. But good signings, but I don't think they'll. I think next year they'll really kick on. This year 11th is really good for a team who they only come through the playoffs as well. So 11th I think is a good place, a good starting point.
Yeah.
And then finally 10th, I've got West Ham, and I've said that 7th to 10th I think could be really, really close. Could be anyone.
Yeah.
But I've gone for West Ham. They've spent quite well. They've got that Haller, who I think will be good. He's very physical.
And they got what's his name? 4-4 now.
Yeah.
Spanish player from Villarreal, who's young, looks really promising. Looks like he's obviously going to start with the money they spent on him, and I think he's going to do really well in the middle of the park for them. They've sort of improved areas where they needed to improve.
Yeah.
They haven't really had a really good. They had on Alves last season, but since he's gone, they don't really have a goal scorer. So thinking in Haller, he's going to get them, I'd say, about 10 goals in the league, maybe a bit more than that this season. Fornell is going to provide the play in midfield, the obviously the chances for them to score. And yeah, I think.
Okay,
then
so
this
right, yours.
My turn. So my 17th is Burnley. I already said my reasons why. I think they're not going to get relegated. As for the defence, I don't think they're going to do much better than 17th. We're really like the only reason they aren't getting relegated is the defence. But if the defence don't perform, then I reckon they could drop down into the relegation zone. 16th, I've put Crystal Palace, and that's simply due to the fact that Zaha handed in a transfer request, and because of that, I don't think he's going to play, and if he does play, he isn't going to have the same passion as what he would have if he left and went to another club that he wants to go to. So yeah, I put Crystal Palace 16th. 15th, put Aston Villa, and the reason I put Aston Villa a lot lower than Alex is simply because I put them in between relegation and middle of the table, and that's only because I don't know whether they're going to do a Wolves and do really well, or they're going to do a Fulham and spend loads of money and get relegated. And the team isn't going to gel. I don't know what way it's going to go. So I thought slap them back in the middle, 15th, 14th, Southampton. This one of those teams that are now is it a staplement in the Premier League now, Southampton?
I think that's why I took them.
And they're sort of just working around 14th nowadays, that middle of the table where they're not going to be threatened by relegation and not going to challenge for Europe yet, so they're sort of around that area. 13th, Newcastle. I put them quite high up, higher than I thought I would. If they didn't sign players like Jolinton, St Maxim, Willems, them sort of players, if they didn't sign them, I reckon they would have instantly got relegated. But I think these players are going to have a positive impact. They've spent a lot of money on them. I think the only way they're going to do worse than 13th, but I think the reason I put them in 13th is simply because of the manager. I think they have a really good squad of players, and if they do gel together and work well together, I think they could even go up to like as high as 10th, 9th maybe if they do really well. But I think the owners and the managers, I think that's what's impacting Newcastle the most at the minute. So that's why I got them 13th. 12th, I've gone quite high with this one. I put Bournemouth, and I don't know why. I just have a think Callum Wilson's going to have another great season, as I said earlier. I can't really remember what players they've brought in, but they've brought in Wilson on loan from Liverpool like yesterday. I think he's going to do well for them. He done well with Derby last year. In pre-season looked good for Liverpool. Now on loan at Bournemouth. I hope he continues that. Put them 12th. No real reason why, just 12th. 11th, I put Watford as same position I think as last season. I think they're going to have another solid season. They haven't spent much, but I don't think obviously every team needs to spend money, but I don't think they really needed to spend. It was just sort of a solid squad of players. They haven't really sold anyone, haven't really brought anyone in. I brought Welbeck in, however he can sort of provide anything for them, even on the wing, on striker, who knows. But I think Watford are going to have another mid-table season. Then in 10th, this is where mine and Alex's tables are very, very, very similar. So in 10th I've got West Ham. I think so similar with Alex. I think the signings they brought in are going to have a really good positive impact, I think. And they brought in good players like Haller, Fornals, I don't know how you pronounce, but him is going to work well. I think West Ham's going to have a solid season. And with Felipe Anderson as well on the wing, different players, they're going to have a good season.
So in 9th, I've got Leicester. I think Tielemans is a good signing. They also signed Perez, who I think will add well.
I think he's a hit and miss player, but on his day he's good.
Yeah, exactly. I think they've got a good squad. I just don't think they're as good as the two above them, who I've got in 8th place Everton, who've had a really good window. And I think it's going to be very close again between 8th and 7th. So I've actually got, I'll say it in a minute. But yeah, Everton, I think they signed Gomez as well. I think they're just going to have a good season. And Moise Keane as well.
With Bowie.
Oh yeah.
Iwobi.
Yeah.
Should know his name. Iwobi for 40 million. But this is ridiculous money for Iwobi. But as an Arsenal, I'd like to see Iwobi stay.
Yeah.
He's still got years on him. He can continue to improve, and I hope he stays at Arsenal. But if he goes to Everton for 40 million, I'm not arguing with that.
Yeah. I think Moise Keane I think he'll be alright this year, but I think definitely in the future I think he's going to be really, really good, but maybe not in his first year because he's very young.
Did you see the tweet he put out?
No.
He said, aiming to score a minimum of 7 goals. And when he spent £35 million on a striker, the last thing you want to hit is that he set a goal of 7 goals this season.
Yeah, I think this season will be a breakthrough season. I don't think he's going to be great, but I think definitely in the future he's going to be a really good signing. He's one of the best prospects in the world. Yeah. So I think maybe not this season, but definitely a few seasons. And then above them, I've gone for exactly the same 7, 8, 9, and 10 as last year. Wolves in 7th. I don't think they'll be able to compete for top 6, but they've had a good window. They've already got a good team. They've already got a good manager. Yeah. I think they will be maybe pushing for top 6. But I think it's going to be similar to last year, where there's going to be a bit of a
A
gap.
massive gap between the top 6 and then the middle of the table.
Yeah,
And the rest
basically.
of the league, pretty much.
And the one reason I think they could be lower is because they are in Europe this season, and
Which could take its toll.
yeah, it will be interesting to see whether they can
Similar to
do.
Burnley a couple of seasons
Yeah,
ago.
exactly. So it'll be interesting to see whether, because they've got experienced players in Europe.
Like Jalmatini,
Yeah, exactly.
even really Neves in the
Neves,
Championship
yeah.
with Porto back a few seasons ago.
So it'll be interesting to see if they cope with it well or if they cope with it poorly and finish a bit further down. Yeah, 7, 8, 9 and 10 have all been the same as last season, which seems unlikely, but at the same time,
Yeah, it could happen.
yeah.
My so moving on to my number 9 is Leicester City. Same reason as Alex. Brought in some really good players. Tielemans last season looked really good. I think he's going to continue that this season. I think he's just continue to improve what he's done at Leicester. I think he's going to use Leicester as sort of a stepping stone club. So after a few seasons there, he's going to move into like the top tier league clubs, sort of like a Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, them sort of teams. Bayern Munich. He's going to move on to that, which will be sad to see him leave the Premier League, but it will happen eventually, I think.
Yeah.
At number 8, I've gone with Wolves. I think I've finished them lower than Everton, who's in 7th. I think I'll put Wolves in 8th simply because of the Europa League factor. I think that's going to take this toll on them as a club, and the players are going to get it's going to affect them, especially Thursday nights. Thursday nights are just horrible, and if your players aren't used to that, and then go from Thursday and then playing on Saturday or Sunday, they're going to get tired, and I don't think they're going to perform as well. But I still think they're going to finish high. I still think they're going to have a successful season, and that's why they're in 8th. And then 7th is Everton. I think the players they've brought in are really good. Moise Keane, I hope he scores more than 7 goals. I hope he doesn't score them against Arsenal, but I hope he does well this season. He's a very good prospect in world football, not just in Premier League. Who else they brought? Gomez, he fully signed for Everton now from Barcelona. He was alright last season, could improve, but it's a good signing.
So we have the same teams, just slightly different order. Top 6 I think is quite similar as well. I've gone for Chelsea in 6th place. Obviously they've had a transfer ban. They've got Kovacic.
Pulisic as well.
Yeah, Pulisic is now playing for them.
Yeah.
They've got a very inexperienced manager. Frank Lampard obviously took Derby from 6th to 6th with a point less. But although he's inexperienced, because obviously he's a Chelsea legend, that could actually be a good thing.
But I think the players they've sold, Hazard, massive impact. They haven't been able to replace him.
I don't think Pulisic will.
No, he won't replace him. David Luiz on his way out. I know he's not a big player, but he's still an impact in the dressing room. Who knows? They could surprise us and do really well with Lampard suddenly becoming the best manager in the world. They could have an absolutely awful season and finish lower than 6th, but I think 6th is a good position for them, as I'll put them as 6th as well.
5th, I've gone for Manchester United.
I've gone for Manchester United on 5th as well.
I think they've got a good defence this year, obviously,
Maguire
and Wan-Bissaka, because that's why they had to improve last year, and I think they have improved that. But they are losing Lukaku. It looks like he's having a medical now.
Yeah, he's in Milan for a medical, and the fees around £73 million. Which I don't know why. I know he's not the best player, best striker. He hasn't, but he still scores goals.
He's their 2nd top goal scorer.
Yeah, and I don't know why Man United would want to sell him, because he's still relatively young.
Yeah.
He's still got years on him to become even better. Yeah. But I think he's going to do really well in Italy.
Yeah. I can't see him finishing any higher because they don't replace him.
No. I mean, Rashford could suddenly become the main man at the top, but
if he gets injured, they've got that one. Mason Greenwood, everyone's talking about, but
is he going to be able to perform on the big stage? Who knows?
Who knows? And then top 4, see, this is where we slightly differ. And I'm still not sure. I think yours might be correct compared to mine. 4th place, I've got Tottenham, on the fact that they might be losing Eriksen. They've got a good manager and they've got a really good team, but without Eriksen, I think they might struggle
to create the chances. Maybe Ali could suddenly step up that next level and become that creative midfielder that we all want him to be
Yeah.
and take that next level. He's a really good player now, but he should become a world-class player at some point.
Yeah.
But if they don't, if Eriksen goes to it looks like Atletico Madrid, and they don't replace him, there's gonna be a massive gap in that midfield for Tottenham. And it looks to be like Dybala's going to be that replacement for Juventus for around 17 million they've agreed on. But whether that transfer is going to be able to go through before deadline day finishes, who knows?
See, that's why I put them forward. I put them on the basis that
don't sign Dybala and they lose.
Potentially, Ndombele is a good signing.
He's one that is gonna be good now. But
he's not
gonna be really, really good. He's still young. He's still gonna be
a bit like King.
Yeah, he's 21, I think. I don't know, 20.
Yeah. Okay, so your fourth place.
My fourth place is Arsenal. I'm happy if we finish fourth back in the Champions League. I think that's the next step. I would have put them third, but I don't think that's realistic. For now, what our aim should be is to get back into that Champions League, get back into the big time, as you say. Get back to playing on a Tuesday and a Wednesday night rather than a Thursday night in the Europa League. I think the signings we've made are very good. The first half of our transfer window, not so good. Second half suddenly exploded. We've got Ceballos on loan from Real Madrid, and I hope if he does have a really good season, which I hope he does, then I hope we sign him next year. We've got Saliba from Saint Etienne for around 27 million. World-class youngster, someone's going to become really good in the future, but we haven't got him now. Loan him back to Saint Etienne for this season, going to get him next season. Then we've obviously got the massive signing of Nicolas Pepe from Rennes. I can't remember that. No. But for 72 million, world record fee for Arsenal Football Club on a player as a winger. Something we sort of needed, another attacking player, maybe not, but it's still, I'm really excited to see him playing in Arsenal, so I'm really excited to see what he can do this season. And I hope he does really well. I hope he's able to provide a lot on that right hand side, which is where he's more likely to play. And then at the moment, on deadline day, we're looking to get Tierney from Celtic for a reported like £30 million fee, which is going to be great. He's another young player who's got a lot of leadership in him. He's going to do a lot on that left full-back position. I think he's going to do really well for Arsenal. I'm happy to see these players play for Arsenal for now, but hopefully as we slowly improve under Emery, we can become better and attract better talent and world-class talent to stay at our club for a longer period of time. I think the only place we're looking really weak is defence. Even though we're linked with David Luiz and it looks like we're going to get him on deadline day, I don't think he's the answer to our woes. I think he's good, but he's not all we need. We need either a young centre-back who can start now, world class now, or we need a defender that's really, really good, who's in their middle age, someone who's in their prime now, who can just sort our defence out, similar to how Liverpool signed Van Dijk. We need that sort of player, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that. But hopefully with Saliba next year, could be our answer, but I think our defence is going to let us down. I think that's why I finished us fourth and not higher. Simply because of that, but I think the signs we have brought in is going to impact us and do us really well in fourth.
In third, I have Arsenal, but I think it's going to be very close between third and fourth.
That's what I've said. I think it's going to be close, basically because of Eriksen leaving and Dybala maybe coming and maybe not coming in.
I think Pepe will be a really good signing. He had a really, really good season last year.
Wonderful season.
And Ceballos has got so much potential. Obviously, he's not permanent, but I think he'll still have a good impact.
He'd be like a temporary replacement for Aaron Ramsey going to Juventus, which is a massive loss for us. I think what we've done with that is ridiculous. Similar to Cristiano, but that's not the club's fault. Cristiano is an absolute arse for doing what he did. And that video absolutely
that annoyed me, and I'm not even an Arsenal fan.
Absolute knob.
I think they do need a solid centre back, and I think Luiz, I don't know if he's the answer.
No, it's another Mustafi.
Yeah, he's very inconsistent. He makes a few mistakes, but he does have the experience. And he's won a Premier League title as well.
And he brings brings a lot of personality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think he'll do well. He's obviously pushed for this move, so he wants it. So it'll be very interesting to see how well he plays. Whether he's the answer or not in the long term, definitely not. But maybe this season he will help them, and I think they will get third. But it does depend on the defence and whether Tottenham lose Eriksen or don't sign Dybala. But we're into the top two.
Yeah.
We've got the same.
Yeah, we've got the same.
So we've both gone from Liverpool, top two.
Yeah.
They're not really strengthened.
That's literally my reason.
Yeah.
They're going to finish second. They've still got a really, really good team.
Yeah.
Just haven't strengthened.
Yeah.
They brought Adrian on a free to replace
Yeah.
Mignolet.
He's a good keeper,
But
but
he's not going to play in the first team.
No,
That's
I
the only
don't-
reason I've got them second.
yeah, I don't think they'll be third. But I guess they
No,
they
they're
could
not.
be. But their team is very good. You know,
They've
you've
got
got
good
Van Dijk,
players
you've
in
got-
every position.
Yeah, exactly.
I think with Keita last season being injured most of it, I think
Yeah.
this season he's going to have more of an impact.
He could be like a new signing.
Yeah,
I guess.
for them. And apart from that, nothing really
No.
changed at Liverpool. That's why the second thing is top two is going to be the same as last year.
Yeah, and then obviously Man City to
Man
win
City
it.
are just
Yeah.
too good. I hope it's going to be tight at the top.
Yeah.
Otherwise, our league's just going to become like another La Liga,
Yeah.
or a Bundesliga or Liga. And
Yeah, I do
One
think
or two,
I think
but-
it's going to even out soon.
Yeah.
Maybe not this year, but I think
they've signed
Yeah.
some really good
Yeah,
players.
they
like
signed
Rodri from Atletico Madrid, who's young. He's going to become even better.
Yeah.
I think he's going to become like a Busquets for them, or
Yeah.
maybe even a new David Silva, who's finishing his time at Man City at the end of this
Yeah.
season. They also just brought in a Cancelo
Cancelo
from Juve for about 25 million,
Yeah.
but swapped him as well with Danilo,
Yeah.
who's gone the other way to Juve.
Yeah,
And they're really good signings, yeah. I don't know why they need another fullback, but they have got another fullback. I think it's mainly because Carl Walker's ageing.
Yeah,
He's about to reach 30 or he's already in
Yeah.
his 30s.
and Delph has gone as well.
Delph's gone, but yeah, they've just improved.
Yeah,
They've replaced Delph with Rodri, who's a 70 million
Yeah,
pound player,
yeah.
which is crazy. But yeah, I think Man City are going to win the league.
yeah. I really hope it's tighter. I think the top four is going to be really tight. I think Man City are going to
Top six
quite
is
clear.
could go anyway.
Yeah,
Chelsea might not even finish in the top six. Who knows?
yeah. It'll be very interesting.
It's going to be an interesting season. I think it's going to be another amazing season to watch. Can't wait to start watching Match of the Day again.
Yeah,
Can't wait to watch highlights, watch the game. It's going to be
Yeah.
exciting. It's going to be an amazing season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, as an Arsenal fan, we're going to do really well. Hope our new signings are going to do amazing. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Would you reckon?
Luckily, my season's already started.
Yeah,
So,
you started well.
good start.
Was it
3-1 victory against
Bristol City.
City. Should have been 3-0, but a bit sloppy at the end. But yeah, hopefully we can kick
Do
on.
you reckon you get promoted because of this?
I don't. See, it's weird. Before the season started, I was like, no. I thought we could get playoffs and lose, or maybe. I don't know. I think we'll definitely get playoffs, but I forget how good we are when we play. Because our manager is incredible. We actually play really good football, and I actually underestimate that. Like, because our team on paper isn't one of the best. Like, we haven't spent a load of money. But then when we actually play, like the way we play football is just better than a lot of the teams in the Championship. And if we sign in Nketiah, I think that'll be a real. Is there? He's having a medical, so that'll be good to replace Ruth. We've got Patrick Bamford. He didn't have the best season, but he scored a lot of goals. Pablo Hernandez is just incredible. So it's a shame. Yeah, he is a wizard. It's just a shame he's 34, but I think he'll be able to do it for the rest of this season. The defence is interesting. We lost Janssen, but he cost us at times last season.
Yeah.
And we signed Ben White on loan from Brighton, and I thought there's no way he'll be able to replace him. But against Bristol City, he was arguably man of the match. He was incredible. So yeah, hopefully we can do it. So I think it's just going to be a really interesting season, as it always is in the Championship. For the Premier League, I think it's going to be a bit more predictable, but at the same
Still gonna
time,
be exciting.
yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, you are.
I think there's more competition to get relegated than last year. I think the three who went down were quite clearly worse than everyone else, whereas this year I think will be a bit better. I think the quality coming up, I think Norwich, Sheffield United play better football. So I think it'll be really interesting next season. But yeah, we've gone for Man City, Liverpool for the top two.
That's our Premier League predictions. We have both our lists sort of
Quite similar.
up on here.
Yeah,
Where my hands
Yeah.
are.
I have mine here.
I have mine.
Yeah.
And I'll be our Premier League prediction. Hopefully not too far off. I think at the end of the season we'll come back and look at this. But like,
Yeah, we'll react to
completely
it,
wrong.
definitely.
We'll react to it, yeah. But on that bombshell, thank you very much for watching.
Yeah. Hopefully some FIFA videos out soon.
Yeah,
Provided
and
everything works.
here's to the next season of amazing football.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye bye.